me eating my midday meal. You know, these grapes remind me of another story, a story that my parents would tell me when I was younger. And it's a story of spies. Have you ever heard about spies before? When you think of the word spy, what do you think about? Let me tell you. So, a long, long time ago, we were enslaved in Egypt. And by many signs and wonders, God led us through Egypt into a new land. And He was leading us to the promised land. Well, we were right on the edge of it. And He had given us so many signs of His miraculous power. And when we reached the edge of the land, God told Moses to send 12 spies out into the land, that we would see how wonderful and good and abundant the land was. And so, Moses counted out 12 spies, and after he counted out 12, he sent them into the land. And so they tiptoed through the land, and they were able to figure out where the people were staying, how many people were in the land, and what did they eat. And my friends, they found abundant things in the land. They of course found wonderful, huge, juicy grapes, but they also saw something really scary. They saw tall people living in the land with huge muscles that were super duper tall. Do you know what those people were called? That's right, they were called giants. Now, 10 of the spies were very, very fearful. And when they tiptoed back to Moses, they said, "No, we cannot go into this promised land. There are giants in the land, and they're so big and tall, we're like these tiny little grasshoppers." But 2 spies spoke up, Joshua and Caleb, and they said, "Wait just a minute. Remember all the good that God has done for us. He led us through Egypt, delivered us by 10 plagues. He parted the Red Sea. He gave us water in the desert, and He gave us food to eat from heaven. God will help us defeat giants. God will help us. We need to trust in God." But the 10 spies, there's 10 spies and only 2 good spies. And the 10 bad spies were much louder than the 2 good spies. And so, when they came before Moses and all the people were hearing all of the bad news of the giants, the walled cities, and how strong the people were. And they grew very, very fearful. And when they got afraid, they got angry. "Moses, you and Aaron have led us into the people to die. You've done all this. It's your fault. You know what? Let's get rid of Moses. That way we can return to Egypt where we belong." And then the 2 spies spoke up, People, trust in God. We can do this. He will help us." But you know, my friends, what do you think? Do you think they were successful in calming down the people? No, they weren't. And so, driven by fear, they were about to start a mutiny. A mutiny is when the people rebel against their leaders. And so they were about to start a mutiny. And then God spoke out to Moses again. "Moses, these people are disobeying me and they're sinning. Because of their unbelief, they will never see the promised land." And so, all of those 10 bad spies and all the people who didn't believe that Moses would lead them into the promised land, they never were able to enjoy it. But the 2 good spies, Joshua and Caleb, they lived to enter the promised land 40 years later. And so sometimes in life, things get really hard, and it looks as if things are against us. But there's a little song I like to remember to help me to trust in God. Would you like to learn it? I'll sing it through the first time, and then you can join in. Are you ready? Awesome. 12 men went to spy on Canaan, 10 were bad and 2 were good. What do you think they saw in Canaan? 10 were bad and 2 were good. Some saw giants big and strong. Some saw grapes and clusters long. Some saw God was over all. 10 were bad and 2 were good. That was fun, right? All right, now let's try it together. You ready? 1, 2, 3. 12 men went to spy on Canaan, 10 were bad and 2 were good. What do you think they saw in Canaan? 10 were bad and 2 were good. Some saw giants big and strong. Some saw grapes and clusters long. Some saw God was over all. 10 were bad and 2 were good. Great job, my friends. I hope you've enjoyed this, and I hope to see you soon in Nazareth. Farewell, friends.